Empathy is under attack at a time when we need it the most. We are currently facing the devastating storms of a planet in crisis, and those storms carry over into our personal and professional lives. Whether it's burnout at work, squalls with our neighbors, or tsunamis of grief at the loss of a beloved pet, parent, or way of life. If I could, I wouldn't choose the weather we're having right now. But here we are, with the opportunity to rise to the occasion of our lives. In a world where division tears us apart, we must return to our playful roots. We need playful problem solvers grounded in wonder, curiosity, connection, and empathy. I'm a perfectionist practicing imperfection. For years, I gave into imposter syndrome. On the outside, things looked amazing. I was part of the team who brought you AmeriCorps. I raised 2 small daughters while earning my PhD. I founded an award-winning preschool when our community lacked one. Before the pandemic, I was director of education at a children's museum, the happiest place on earth. I was stretched thin, stressed out. I was dying inside. Something had to give. And it took a global pandemic for me to make that change. Wonder, curiosity, connection, play. Those were the colors my life lacked. And that became my quest, how to find them again. We don't need another global crisis for you to step into your brilliant colors. I'd like to share some strategies I've learned for facing all kinds of weather, and an invitation to you to step closer to your more playful and empathetic self. When the world shut down, I was at home, like many of you. To save my job, I had to help the museum come up with ways to earn revenue and attract online visitors. One solution, curriculum that allowed families to play and learn together at home. Creating these daily videos reignited my childhood joy. I used to love climbing trees, getting dirty, making up stories with the neighborhood kids. That kind of play re-entered my life, only this time I was channeling my wonder and curiosity into ideas to connect a homebound community. Empathy wove its way through these newfound colors in my life. I picked up my journal. I got interested in my own story and the story of those around me. I started the Adventures in Learning podcast, which allowed me to learn from and amplify the voices of creative problem solvers. I remembered how to laugh, how to stay grounded in the present moment, how to be grateful for the daily miracles that stubbornly persist regardless of who's in the White House. Reconnecting with my playful self helped me to become a more empathetic and compassionate educator and leader. I'm connected today, grounded by empathy to the world around me. I take risks, no matter how scary. I've learned that life's too short to stay small, and that you can step bravely into all of your brilliant colors. When we face the storms of life, we need protection. We can put on our coats of many colors. Just as no 2 people are alike, neither are our coats. Our experiences color our lives, but empathy is the thread that binds us together. I first encountered empathy through a children's book. I was 5 years old, and my world had been rocked by a brand new baby sister. My book friend also had a brand new baby sister. We both lived in apartments, we both had funny-looking dogs, and we both had dads who stepped in to fix our hurt. We were so alike, my book friend and I. We were practically twins. Peter and my dad threaded the needle of empathy and put the first golden stitches into the coat I wear to protect me from life's storms. Through our shared experiences, I learned what it's like to be on the outside and how good it feels to be genuinely seen. That lesson stuck because the desire to welcome, to learn, to listen, to see stayed with me. Thanks to Peter, I had early role models to help me understand that while we may look different on the outside and have different cultural experiences, we share the same fundamental big feelings. And those include the need to be seen, to have our stories heard, to feel valued and respected. Empathy allows us a glimpse into somebody else's story, but it doesn't mean that we have to agree with them or even adopt their perspective. But it does give us insights we can use for collaborative problem-solving relationships. Empathy is a skill we learn, and it's never too late to start stitching it into our coats. If empathy is the thread, let's take a look at some of the brilliant patches we can use to help us weather life's storms. Wonder is the universe's invitation to us to take a second look. It disrupts our busyness and invites us to get curious and make connections. How do we invite more wonder into our lives? We don't have to travel to the 7th continent to find it. Tiny things can bring back wonder. It's the everyday miracles that light us up, even in the midst of darkness and chaos. When we wrap ourselves in wonder, we give ourselves permission to take an interest in and develop empathy for the living creatures all around us. Wonder sparks curiosity, the desire to dig deeper, to ask questions, to get interested in the world around us, to revise and rethink. Curiosity breaks down barriers. It pushes us past our comfort zone and allows us to question the way things have always been done. When we genuinely seek out books, media, people, experiences, and information that not only hold up a mirror to our lived experiences, but open windows to other cultures and perspectives, we are giving our empathy muscles a chance to grow. The ability to empathize starts when we're around age 3, but empathy is a muscle that must be exercised in order to be effective. Play stretches our hearts and our minds. When we play, we develop the ability to imagine new worlds and explore new ideas. Play is essential for how we learn and lead as adults. When we're afraid to play, worried about what other people think, anxious about failure, we stay small. Playful problem solving requires us to use empathy to explore other perspectives and to make connections. We are interconnected to everything else on the planet. The things that we think, say, and do have an impact on everyone else. When we make connections, we use empathy to build welcoming, collaborative communities of creative problem solvers where all people are welcomed and seen for the ideas, perspectives, and skills that they bring to the table. Empathy is under attack, but we can protect it. The more we practice stitching empathy into our coats, the less likely we are to live in fear or to actively harm others. Join me in cultivating a culture of empathy where we stomp through the puddles of life with joy, face the storms head on, and work together to creatively solve the planet's problems. Now grab your needle and thread.